Hi guys, it's me, and I'm actually a number late since yesterday was Suicide Awareness Day, and I found all my topics I want to talk about. Um, it is a little late. It's about 2:30 in the morning, and I'm still awake. So that's why the onesie. That's why I look like crap. Yeah. Anyway, so what I started off by saying was yesterday was Suicide Awareness Day, and I know I'm late on it. I had work, so I couldn't really do video. I wanted to do it in honor of one of my best friends. His name was Austin, and he actually committed suicide. Um, Basically, what I wanted to talk about was how I found him, um, and all that. And so basically, um, I was, it was March 15th, 2011, I believe, and, basically, we had been best friends as long as I could remember. It was really hard because we were all each other had for a very long time, and it was kind of like when we were together, it was just, Sarah and Austin. It was never Sarah Austin against the world. It was never any of that. It was never childish bullshit. It was never drama. It was never. It was when we were together, we talked about our adventures together. It wasn't anything else other than that. It was just our lives together, and that's all that really mattered. But unfortunately, he was battling depression, same as I was. But we kind of never really talked about it because it was like we were each other's escapes. And he committed suicide on March 15th. And what had happened was is that um, his family was they weren't good people, and he had cut to the point where he bled out. And I guess I'm a little fuzzy on the details because he called me and told me that he loved me and he was sorry, and he said bye. So I ran to his house as fast as I could, and he had already bled out, and I found him like that. And it was hard. It was horrible because I was the first one to find him. I was the one who had to call the cops. He is a big part of the reason I stopped cutting myself because I had always promised him every single day. I'd be like, I'll stop cutting, I'll stop cutting, I'll stop cutting. And then I never did because I wasn't strong enough, because I didn't want to, because I didn't want to use the strength that I know I had, but I didn't want to fight. And when he asked me to stop cutting, it was like I thought he was always going to be around. And truth is, I didn't know he was going to commit suicide because, like I said, we never talked about it. And come to find out, he actually did. And what hurt was that I didn't get there in time, but what hurt more is that for the longest time I felt like I wasn't enough. But the whole thing of it is yeah, I went through that, and I thought I was going to find him dead. I was going to find him after he had bled out. But the thing of it is, and this message to this video, I want to be for others to stop blaming themselves for if your friend or your boyfriend or your mom or your dad or whoever, if they committed suicide, it is not by any means your fault. It is not even it's not even that person's fault. I won't even go that far because I know I've struggled with depression. It's not. I don't think it's a selfish act to kill yourself because I think it's very hard to battle through depression. It's very hard not to kill yourself. I still struggle with it. The thing is that's nobody's fault. It's that person's choice and theirs alone. And never let someone pin that to you, because I couldn't do anything to help that Austin was going to kill himself. I didn't know, but I mean, no. Once someone gets their mindset, they're going to do it, no matter what. And the thing is that everyone is their own person, and you can't walk around being like, oh well, you made me cut. No, your emotions, you put a blade to your wrist. You did all that. Someone may have triggered those emotions, but at the end of the day, you decide. And I love Austin with all my heart, but the reality of it is, he was the one who chose to cut himself. He was the one who chose to kill himself. He was the one who chose to leave this earth. I don't hold that against him. I know he's an angel watching over me, and I know that. I don't believe in God, to be honest, but I do know that. And he's my angel. And That's how I choose to look at it. But the thing is it's never anyone's fault. I may have been all lost in him, but what he told me countless times was that he was thankful for me. And I know whoever, they were thankful for you, but sometimes people aren't enough to satisfy that individual's needs. Sometimes there's just nothing of it's programmed the day you're born. You can't help that. I mean, events happen throughout your life that is already going to happen. It's no one's it's it's not anyone's fault. It really isn't. I spent about 3 years blaming myself, and it tortured me. It tortured me to the point where I tried to take my own life at one point. Because yeah, I stopped cutting that day. That doesn't mean I didn't make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. But he, it hurt when he did that, and I'm not gonna sit here and say I don't miss it because I do every single day of my life. The song I sang at his funeral, I'm gonna get tattooed on my thigh next week just in remembrance of him. But the thing is when you're struggling through losing somebody like that, or even a death in general, you don't mourn the fact that they're gone from this earth. You celebrate what they lived. And for me, I'm blessed to have been a part of Austin's life. He was such a gift to me. That's like that one of the lines in the song I sing at his funeral. It's if you were with me tonight, I'd sing to you one last time. A song for a heart so big that God wouldn't let it live. And that's what he had. He wasn't like most people. He cared for me. He was one of those people that only come around once every millions of years. He was one of the sweetest people I will ever meet, and no one can ever take the place of that. But I don't regret any second I spent with him, and I don't like the fact that he's gone. But I choose to live on with. I choose to keep the memories in my heart, to keep his memory alive, as opposed to let every day that passes by get darkened by the fact that he's gone. Because I know he's in a better place. I know he's not suffering anymore. His living situation was horrible, and I for one am happy that he's out of that. And everyone mourns their own way. But bottom line is that it's nobody's fault that anybody leaves. Everybody dies eventually. I know I'll die eventually. I know my loved ones will die eventually. But it was his time. It was way too early in my opinion, but I know for a fact that nothing will ever take his memories from me, and that is what I use to keep my sanity on a day-to-day basis. That's what I use to keep me sane, is the fact that he was such a big part of me, such a big reason why I survived, that who am I to let the fact that who am I to let death darken that? I choose to keep his memories with me because it makes life so much easier. It makes me have hope that someone like him or people like him maybe still do exist somewhere. Maybe my neighbor has their Austin, or my parents have their Austin, or someone has their Austin. That just makes life better. And I hope you do. And I'm sorry if you did and you lost them, but I will tell you this, that it makes it so much easier to be happy for the time that you spent with them, as opposed to mourn the fact that it's over, because it's so much easier to get through life when you're happy and depressed. Because I know with me, I just found happiness in this past year, and this past year's flown by like a month. And the first 18 years of my life dragged.